Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 20 properties, 18 on the Toronto Real Estate Board. Then we have 2 more on the Oakville Milton Real Estate Board that are not on the Toronto board. So we might have maybe 25% of the properties overlap where the agent has listed on both systems, and sometimes the agent just lists on one or the other. Where you see that manifested, if you go on some of the public sites, you're going to see 2 listings. And what I always point out to people is there's 2 different MLS numbers because the information migrates from our system, which is the source information, over to sites like Royal LePage, Realtor.ca, Home Finder, Zillow, all those places. That's what ends up happening. So if you want to get plugged into the actual source information, we can do that for you with instant notifications. In fact, we can set it up so you can search the MLS just like a realtor by using a portal. So we call that Market Watch, and you can register for it if you're interested at miltonmarketwatch.com. So there's some in this list, some that listed last week and have been relisted. I only have a couple I'm going to talk about, even though there's 20 properties. There's only a couple that I thought were worth mentioning. So the one on Rose Heath is nice, but we talked about that last week. So I'm going to get to Deacon Drive here, 799.5 double car garage. It's getting to that age where they said renovated top to bottom in 2017. What I'd want to know personally is how old is the roof and the furnace and the air conditioner, because those things in these homes tend to break down pretty quick. Sundial built these homes, and they put about 25 extra feet in the backyard. And if you think about it, you have 25 or 30 feet extra. The neighbor behind you has 25 or 30 feet extra. So there's a big difference in privacy. Even if there's not mature trees, you find that the lots, this area, so Deacon, Zimmerman, Gordon Heights, on the other side you've got some of the homes just off of Philbrook, like Easterbrook and stuff like that. Those are all Sundial homes, and they all have, to some extent, deeper lots than what you'd find in pretty much any area. So they're great options if somebody wants to move to the old area, but they like the new features. So for example, they like ensuite bathrooms, larger closets, more open concept. Those are things that you get with these homes. Now, the one problem I have with Sundial, and the problem I have with this home, is the kitchen is small. So you can kind of set up a living dining here, and then you've got an eat-in area. But this kitchen, the way it's set up is you really can't expand it any further. And so this is not exactly adequate for most people. I find it's almost like a condo-sized kitchen. And there's a nice wide open front entrance. There's 3 bedrooms plus a loft. This one also comes in a 4-bedroom. And it looks like none of the bedrooms seem to be bedrooms. They all have temporary bedding of some sort. Anyway, the 2 full bathrooms upstairs, and that's your backyard too. So look at that. I mean, from your back porch, and I know sometimes there's a depth thing with pictures, but this is the kind of perception you get with homes in this area. They're actually very, very peaceful, very quiet. You do get a fair, it looks like this one in particular has some homes on this side, so you get a little bit of that fishbowl effect on the one side. But this depth part is very, very nice. You don't feel like you're looking at someone's TV from your backyard. So on Wigglesworth, you have a more than 2,000 square foot double car garage for $799. So we're talking about some good options for double car garages. Then you're looking at the same size home on Bar for $837 with a single car garage. Now I know there's finished basements, this and that, but the point is that a lot of these single garages are really struggling above $800. Now the one here on Giddings, $859. I can't see it going anywhere based on what's happened. I mean, the last 2 sales in this area were in the 7s. And you've even seen, I'll show you one in just a second on the Oakville Milton, the Ortis list. It's a great 4-bedroom, single car garage, detached home for $759. And they're $100,000 more. I just don't see it. So even something like this on green lease, $869, and you're probably about 2,200 square feet finished basement backing onto green space and a very well presented home. 4 bedrooms plus a loft upstairs. You've got a bathroom in the basement. $869. Then you look, well, Rotenberg again doesn't compete, in my opinion, to that one. It's a little bit bigger, but it doesn't have all the features. Then you've got this one on Trudeau. And last week, there was a Scotswood, a 2,350 square foot home with a finished basement. Not as good a quality as this one, but listed for $849. $100,000 difference. Now, in February, March, this home probably would have sold in multiple offers for $1 million something. Not like that now. So $944. It's very, very nice if you have a look at the pictures. It's just competitively, everything's shifted. It used to be homes like this would be 900 plus. Now they're kind of like 800 plus, and the single car garages were 800 plus. And now they're 700. So like everything's shifted pretty much about $100,000. And like I said, nothing against this home. It's just competing against stuff that's going to make it very, very difficult at this price. Now, we talked about this one in Chambers last week, but one of the least affected price ranges by the market shift has been I'll call it the upper end of the range. So the over 1 million, even in some cases more than 1.2 or 1.3, has been least affected. So you got a pie-shaped lot here. You got a 3,300 square foot home, finished walkout basement. It says walkout. I've been in this home. I don't remember the walkout, but let's see if it's in the pictures. You've got, well, I guess that's your door leading out. So I guess it's kind of a walk up, and then the pool is off to the side. Big backyard here. I mean, to put a pool like this in, landscaping, everything else, you're not going in for less than probably $80,000 or $90,000, probably even more. It depends on quality and equipment and things like that. And it's a great street. If you don't live on Chambers, you have no reason to go on it. It's off the beaten path. It's just off of Lancaster, and the street has a pretty good sense of community too. There's a couple streets in this area that people, I think there's a golf tournament between this street and one of the other streets. That's the kind of stuff that you get. The neighborhoods really feel connected. And based on some of the other sales in this range, in the recent history, in the last 30 days, I would say they're priced pretty well. It can be a funny price range, though. You could be priced well and you can sit around for a bit, or it just happens like this and it looks easy almost. Okay, so last one it's now most people call it Zeused. I've been told that it's Zest, so I hope I got I'm not known for being kind to street names. This is madami Plan 4. It's 1,835 square feet. It's the all brick elevation, nice front porch, and the street's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of traffic that goes on Zest, and so you've got this front room here, which is like a little kind of living room den. And then you've got dining room, family, kitchen all set up in an open concept kind of, I'll show you that in just a second. So there's your front room. Good room for a kid's playroom or home office. I like when the living dining is not combined, where it's separate and you can do something extra with that room. So there's your open concept right there. So you've got dining room, family room, eat-in kitchen, and then you've got the chef's kitchen upgrade here with the center island. And the staircase looks good. This looks like a laminate floor, which quality-wise definitely doesn't feel the same as hardwood from a durability standpoint. So if you have pets or kids, it can be a lot friendlier. So I really like the layout here. I think the upgrades they chose were smart. It looks like a 9-foot ceiling, although it's hard to tell from the angles sometimes. And there you go. You've got your pot drawers in the island. Upstairs there are 4 bedrooms, which means the laundry may be pushed downstairs. It's all been dressed up very well. You can tell that there was a designer that came into this home. You can see like little folded towels. Maybe the homeowners did that, but typically when we're seeing little things like that, these little kind of containers, that's not something most people kind of live with. They dress their home up like that. And then you've got a deck that's maybe about half the backyard, and there's still some space for kids to play. So all in, I like it. I think it's a good price, $759. The single car garages and detached, and the freehold townhouses are the ones that are really, really, really struggling. And the reason why is because typically those are some of the highest turnover homes. And now that things have just slowed a little bit, there's been a lot of inventory, a lot of competition, and one or two sales that aren't so good can change the whole dynamics. Now, are people still doing well in these price ranges? Absolutely. But I do think they chose the right price. Even 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would say like a $780 would have been okay, but with some of the recent sales from the last week, $759, and they might still struggle to find a buyer even though it's really nice inside. So there we go. Remember, you can search the MLS just like a realtor, and if you want more information, just fill in the form at miltonmarketwatch.com. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.